God, I feel like it's been so long since I've recorded. Okay, so motherhood. This is gonna be my how to motherhood or how to survive motherhood. Really quick, let me just be real. There is no such thing as how to be mom manual. You're going to have your high moments, your low moments. And honestly, motherhood is just a gift. Motherhood is a gift that, like anything else, comes with so much work, comes with consequences, comes with life changes and such. Okay, and don't worry, this whole video is not only gonna be like sad things or negative things or oh my gosh type of things. I'm gonna name good things. Well, I'm gonna name probably the negative stuff first, just to knock that out of the way, and then I'll go into the good stuff. So I have to like literally write notes over this just because I feel like it's such a detailed type of thing. Okay, so I feel like one of the things that I normally get asked a lot is like, when do you know when you're ready? When do you finally become a mom? And honestly, that can be explained in so many different ways. And I just want to be the one to tell you, how do I word this? Okay, this part goes to all my girls that are watching this that are not currently moms. Please don't let anybody push you into motherhood. That means don't let a guy, don't let your mom, don't let society, don't let your friends, don't let even like a social media post push you into motherhood. This is something that solely should happen whenever you're ready. I'm so sorry if I offend anybody, but it's really nobody else's business besides yours. And I fully mean that, because you're the one that has to put up with like the body changes. Yes, it's gonna be part of the guys, all this and that, but at the end of the day, like, you're the one that's going through everything. You're the one that feels the baby, you're the one that's growing the baby. And I don't, from the science part to the emotional part, nobody else can compare to the mom. This is a lifelong decision. It is so important that you just take your time. There is no rush. Honestly, you're okay. You, mother or not a mother, you're okay. You're enough. You are worthy. You're not any less of a person. You're not any less of a woman. Even if I'm not anybody big, even if I'm not the biggest person on YouTube, or even if you don't know me, let me be the one to tell you that it's okay. It's okay not to be a mom, ever. If you don't want to be one, there is no reason for you to be one, and there is no reason for society to beat you down for not wanting to be one. I promise you that it's okay. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, easy for you to say, easy for this and that. No. I have talked to way too many women, and nobody should feel pushed into it, and nobody should feel less or feel pressured in any way, shape, or form. And I think all my women can relate to that. Okay, now that we have that part out of the way, let's be real. There's no such thing as how to be a mom manual. Come on. We're gonna have our good moments, we're gonna have our bad moments, we're gonna have our highlights, and we're gonna have times that we wish that did not happen. I think a lot of us can relate to that part where we go and apologize to our babies once they're asleep. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a counselor in no way, shape, or form. I am just simply giving my opinion and sharing my part of motherhood and some conversations that I've had with people here and there. And that's all. So don't come for me. It's hard work, even when it's good times. Hard work, I mean, it's just, motherhood is a decision that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. And honestly, it doesn't even stop when our kid turns 18. Like, I think I run more to my mom now that I'm in my 20s than when I was probably my teenage years. I feel like once you become a mom, you don't always feel good enough. I feel like too many times, like, we question our parenting, we question like what we could have done better. We try to figure out what we could do better. And I mean, all we can keep doing is trying. Like once you jump into motherhood, you're always going to worry about your child. No matter of the age, you're always going to be worried. If they're off to college, if they're starting their first kindergarten class, or again, if they're going off to college, or if they're anything, they go to a party. I feel like a lot of us, we're gonna pay for it bad. Like for the times that we kept our parents waiting up for us when we went to parties, when we went to go live our best life. I keep looking outside because it looks like it's going to rain and the wind is like crazy pushing my trees. Like I said, you're always going to worry, you're always going to care for your kids, you're going to cry. Motherhood carries so many tears, good, bad, you know what I mean? Like our kid could literally fall and it's going to hurt us more than it hurts our child. And this one's going to hurt because I feel like this one hurt me a lot. Our kids are not always going to appreciate us. Our kids are not our property. They're our kids for a moment and that's about it. We get to enjoy them. It's like I don't even want to say that's a gift. I feel like you just have something temporary and you know they're gonna grow up one day and you have to move on. I guess that's why they say, you know, self-care is so important. Taking care of your relationship with your partner is so important because at the end of the day, that's all you're left with yourself, or if you're sharing your life with a partner, like that's it. Yeah, your kid's gonna visit, but you know they have to fly on their own, they have to do their own things, so you have to be able to like endure that and move on. Your life continues, you have a whole life ahead of yourself with children, you know, with children or without children. So yeah, with children and without children. It's so crazy. Like you would imagine motherhood being like, I don't know, like it is the happiest thing in the world, but you have to be realistic. With motherhood comes so many responsibilities. Now that I've gotten those little disclaimers, the whole, you know, if you're not a mother thing, perfectly fine. I promise you. Life moves on and it's wonderful. You shouldn't find your identity in kids, and I feel like I can't stress that enough. I could go over it and over and over it. I've lost count of the amount of people that have come to me and asked me, and I get it, like why I would be that person to ask, you know, like I have such a blended family. Like I come from a blended family and I am a stepmom, and one of my kids also has it's from outside my marriage. So with that being said, like I do have insight in everything, and in no way, shape, or form do I discount that, you know what I mean? I feel like going into motherhood is not just you birth that child. Anytime that you help raise that child, welcome. Welcome to the club. Like if you're only a stepmom, I'm so sorry. Like maybe at the beginning you're a step parent, but after a while you become that child's parent. And I feel like when people are new to being a step parent, they forget. And I'll include myself in that bunch because it's so different. You're so new, you just want to take control. You see something and it's so quick for you to jump on top of it and wanting to like fix it, and you know, like you know, it's, you know, what's it called, try and error type of situation. I just think that you have to be very open and you have to be able to admit when you're wrong. And that's why I'll admit, you know, when I've messed up. And right now, like I take responsibility for my mistakes and I don't want to continue making mistakes. So I always encourage people to keep an open mind and never let anybody like tell you that you're any less of a parent. Like know your place carefully, you know what I mean? You don't want to overstep. And I feel like that's in a situation that many step parents tend to do. Like I said, including myself, I made that mistake, but I have fixed that, you know? I know that I am my stepkids like bonus mom, but ultimately they have their mom and dad. So I do know my place. But of course, you know, when they're in my house, they're my child. You know, that's who I care for, who I feed, who I make sure they're bathed, their teeth are brushed, etc. So I feel like you're in the club anytime that you're raising a child. Sometimes like a lot of us, and not everyone might agree with this, but like in my community, like we have to basically, most of us have to raise our siblings, and that is hard. Having to skip through your, you know, part of your childhood and even your teenage years and go right into parenting, like, because you start, I mean, a lot of us obviously make mistakes, right? But we have to skip over a lot of things. Like, I wasn't able to really go on dates. I, for the most part, had my sister. So, I mean, I was her mom, you know what I mean? I couldn't always give her the worst example. I mean, sometimes I'm sure I gave her bad examples, but for the most part, I was very cautious of, like, one, how I dressed, to how I carried myself, because I had little eyes looking at me. And yes, I might have had different boyfriends, but I, of course, didn't have like one every weekend either. So I don't know. It's just very, you know, I feel like you get insight into motherhood at that point. Like, you're like, you know how it is, you get attached, you help the little bird fly, and you're there through quite a few things. So if you've been raising your siblings, welcome. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. When they graduate high school, you're the one that's tearing up and shedding all those tears of joy, happiness, you know. But yeah, don't let anybody devalue you for being any less of a parent. If you've just raised your siblings, or if you just are a step parent, like, you're still in the club, you're still in motherhood, because it is what it is. Like, you're doing all those parental things. You're not just a babysitter. So I know I went through a bunch of things, and it was just because I think it's like really important, like the whole not letting people push you into it, just because I feel like it is highly important. Like I told you guys over and over, like I could say it a million times, but it's because I have already said it a million times. And the world we live in today, I feel like people get like sometimes peer pressured into motherhood, you know, either by their partners, their mothers, and that's not okay, because that's where depression comes from. That is where, you know, even hurting the children comes from, and even hurting them, you know, themselves, and that's not okay. You know, we need strong moms out there for their own safety, for their kids' safety, and that is big on every part of it. Okay, but anyways, we're gonna go back into the whole motherhood situation. I feel like ultimately you just have to be yourself in motherhood. You have to enjoy everything, from your kid making a mess, you know, you just take a deep breath and say it's just a stage. I feel like you learn patience. If you didn't have patience, it'll come, because eventually, even if you try to be strict, eventually something's just gonna come up and either gonna break you down in tears or in laughter, and from there on you're gonna be like, oh, this is just life, this is just a stage until we move forward. So the best thing I could say is, just when you're having a rough time as a parent, just take a deep breath and just know that it's gonna pass, and nothing lasts forever. So keep moving. Another thing is to not be afraid to reach out for others. Like, we've all been there. And once you're a parent, you know, you've all been there. We know how tough it gets, and it's okay. Like, friends don't mind helping friends, like from simply washing dishes to going over and hanging out with you. I feel like when you enter motherhood, sometimes it's hard. Like, you're friends without children, or you're friends with older children. They don't want to always hang out, and it's understandable because they've done their time. And you should also be understandable, because, you know, you're new. So I just feel like, along with patience for your kids, you're gonna have to have patience with the world, because every situation is different, and every life, every family, every part is different, you know. A lot of it's similar, and that's why we all try to like understand each other. But, you know, still, I mean, it's like, I didn't go through the things that my best friends went through, and I didn't go through the things they went through. So that's where you just learn to, like, you don't have to know everybody's details to be able to be there for them. So it's just really important to always be mindful of others. Motherhood's a great thing. You just have to enjoy and be you, because you want your kids to get to know you. You don't want to put up a front that's not you. And I feel like if you're not yourself, you're gonna just, you can hurt your kids. You're supposed to enjoy them, have fun with them. I understand a lot of us want to be better, and it's okay for us to mess up. It's okay for a lot of those things not to go exactly how we want them to be. I just think you shouldn't be that super, super hard on yourself. But yeah, I think, again, I'm probably more nervous doing this video, just because I feel like, I don't know who watches my videos, but I know some people will agree and some people will disagree in the things I have said so far, but it's just very important that we don't devalue mothers and we don't devalue those taking on the role as a mother. This is how I mom. My babies just woke up from their nap. Just be patient with yourself, mama. And if you're thinking about motherhood, don't be too hard about it. I feel like deep inside, once you feel like it's something that'll bring joy to you and something that you want to try, and if fear is the only thing that's stopping you, don't let fear stop you. Yes, my kids just woke up. They just woke up from a nap. They don't always look like they're crazy. Plus, they're home. I mean, you don't have to have them like super fixed up. You know what I mean? Like I said, have them relax. And of course, they have their outfits, their clothes hanging. They have their shoes, everything. But you know, I'm not gonna put them to sleep in crazy outfits. You know, just a t-shirt and their diapers. You know, well, they take their socks off, so I won't even say socks. Right, Mr. David? What's on your face? Let me see. Did you have pizza? Say hi. Like, of course, you're gonna have sleepless nights. You're gonna have how do I say this nicely? You're gonna end up having more than what you imagine having. I know people say, oh, you don't sleep, or oh, this and that. Yes and no. I mean, eventually they get on their sleep schedule, and sometimes, like, my oldest son, like, he'd never give me an issue. He always slept through the night. He was God sent, perfect. Oh, so is my littlest. And you learn to say no, because you have to learn what's best for your kids and what's not okay. I won't sit there and just monitor 100% of what they do, but I do see what, you know, I have to accept their apps. I have to approve it on my phone if I'm not home with them. Uy. I don't think I'm perfect in motherhood. I don't think I'm a perfect human being. I just think I've made plenty of errors, and maybe some people can learn from them. Some people don't have to make the errors. We've made it for them. Oui, la baba. Literally. I don't know. Just sit back, relax, enjoy it. They're only small for a little bit, so I feel like there was a moment that I went through things in motherhood, and I really, really wanted them, like, by force, a certain way. And I wasn't being me. I wasn't being anything. So I wasn't enjoying myself. And I don't think my kids were enjoying me either. Like, it was a really hard time. And until, like, I just snapped out of it one day. So I hope you guys got something from this. All the way from know that it's whenever you're ready to be a mom, to if you don't even want to be a mom, it's totally fine. And no part, like, I think honestly, like, no part of motherhood is easy. From being a step parent to being from being a step parent to having your own children, like, it's tough shit. Like, I don't think people always say, like, the hard stuff. They think the hard stuff is the sleeping thing, or the not having a going out life, the nightlife or whatever. Screw that. That's the easy part. I'm talking about the hard part, like when your kid is sick and you don't know why, and they don't talk, so you're just toughing it out, or you see your baby crying and you don't even know how to help them, or when they start growing up and they have all these feelings. You're like, what? Especially as a girl, I feel like we're only used to dealing with our own feelings, and starting to deal with all these additional feelings are, like, very tough. Or if you're a mom boy, like, I have a lot of boys. I have 3 bio, and my other 2, that's 5. Plus my husband will include him in the bunch. Hi. Hey. Hi. I love you. I love you. Be like. My mommy drives me so crazy. So crazy. I cannot breathe without my mommy. Well, guess what? You drive me crazy from time to time. Oh my god, you scared me. See, this is it. Like, people think like having kids is like you can't do anything else. Like, I'm here I am doing my YouTube video. I already went out and had lunch with one of my friends, and my husband was home with the kids, to be fair. And I mean, they're next to me. They're not climbing into the chimney. They're not running wild outside. Like, they're just boys. They're like a little dirty. So I do have to clean after them, or my husband cleans after them, or we, you know what I mean? Like, their shirts are dirty and stuff like that after they eat. But yeah, they just want to play, and you just have to let them express themselves. I think for a while I used to freak out so much, and I would be like, stop doing that, and I wouldn't let them do anything. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like I still don't want them to do certain things just because I know, like, I don't want you doing those things, like yelling and running, but that's like manners. No, it's not because I don't want them to be themselves. It's just because it's annoying. I don't want you to do that here, and I don't want you to do that outside either. Like, outside at somebody's house. I mean, out the backyard. Yeah, go ahead. You fall, you better get up, because you want to run out there. Oh wait, do you want to get on? As much work as it is, like, it is so rewarding. Like, I know my kids like love me and I love them, and for the time being, I'm not alone. Like, I come from a small family, so it sucks being lonely. They help me never feel alone. Huh? Yes. Yes. Yeah, the best piece of advice I could tell you guys, just take a deep breath and enjoy everything. And from any mistakes that you make, learn from them and just move forward. Don't get hung up on them, and don't let them take you down. Let it teach you to be a better mom. And don't think, oh, I had one pregnancy, they're all gonna be bad, or oh, my partners are gonna leave, or I'm gonna always have an issue. It's not always like that, because I feel like motherhood it's a whole connection of all the experiences you go through from like your partners, because you learn to be a mother with partners, without partners, with a new partner, and like overall you have to take care of yourself. So I mean, it's such a learning experience, and there's so much to it that I can't obviously fit it into one video, and I'm sure you guys are all like, it's all over, but that's what motherhood is. It's like everything's always gonna be like that. You can plan for something and wake up and it'll be a whole different turnout. But yes, I hope my video made some sense, and I hope that my video took some of the stress off of you guys wondering when you guys should be a mom. And I hope a lot of you guys just relax and enjoy it, because our babies are tiny, and before you know it, they're gonna be big, and they're not even gonna want to go to the store with us. Right now they want to go so they can get all the candy in the world, but later on they're not even gonna want that. I think believing in yourself, I know that almost sounds so cliche, because it's like, okay, I can believe in myself all I want, but like ultimately, like, I get it, but if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you? Who is gonna like get it done? Like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've had all sorts of crazy jobs, just trying to make ends meet before, and I really do think, like, if I wasn't my biggest motivator, I don't know I don't know I don't know what would have been of me, of my children. Like, I didn't always have a supportive husband by my side, like helping me raise the kids. And of course I didn't always have like so many kids either. At some point it was just me and one child, and like, it's, even if it wasn't for that long, even if it was just like 2 years like that, like, it takes a toll on you, and it's so easy to fall into like a sad stage. It's so easy to fall into like a form of depression, of loneliness. But if you motivate yourself, yes, it's okay to feel everything. I'm not saying to dismiss your feelings, because no, like, you have to accept reality, like, and you can't lie to yourself. Things get lonely. Motherhood can be lonely at times, and it sucks. But if you keep pushing, if you say, okay, let me just I have one more semester of school, or I have this much left, or if I do this course, I can give my children more, and so on. I really believe, like, if you encourage yourself and you push yourself, you know, no matter like the falls that you have, you'll get through it. Because honestly, I feel like all you really need is yourself. Like, no, it's not the path that we all want to take, because again, like, loneliness is not a good thing. Like, and that's why I always say, like, accept the help, because I was big into, like, I can do it by myself. Don't even help me take care of my kid, don't even help me with the dishes. And oh my gosh, like, I look back and I'm like, oh, dumbass. Because now, like, oh my gosh, if anybody tells me that, I'm like, yes, thank you. Immediately. Like, I don't even hesitate. Like, I want the help. You know, because it's hard. It's not the easiest thing. So aside of that, like I said, just believe in yourself and keep pushing. Keep your goals. Don't let yourself go. Like, I'm not saying go full glam yourself up. And it doesn't say, like, letting yourself go doesn't just mean like doing your makeup or whatever. It means a lot of different things. If you're a bookworm, make sure you continue being who you are. Like I said, be yourself for your children. Be yourself for you. It's so easy to get caught up in different things and to forget who you are, especially in motherhood, because you'll at times, like, you'll only identify yourself in your children, and it shouldn't be like that. You're a whole human being and you deserve to be identified as who you are. Like, love yourself, take care of yourself. If eating a bowl of ice cream helps you, do it. If taking the night off, you know, having a babysitter and going out for the night is your thing, then do it. I hate when people talk down on the whole fact of, oh, you know, so and so is always partying, so and so is whatever. First of all, nobody is paying so and so's bills. If she wants to do whatever she wants on Friday night, Saturday night, let her be. Like, that is her life. Nobody's saying so and so busted her ass all week long. Nobody is saying so and so made sure that the bills are paid, the rent is paid, there's food on the table. But they want to talk down on the one thing they're able to do for themselves. Like, really? Like, who are you to judge? Like, as mothers, as people, like, stop being so hard on each other. Like, that's not fair. It's not fair for you. It's not fair to those that you're putting through those situations. And it just speaks very poor of you. Like, yeah, I get it. Sometimes you'll get caught up in like conversations like that. But don't make it a habit, because you don't know what the other person is experiencing. I feel like sometimes those people that look like the happiest are the ones that are going through it the hardest. And whatever helps them cope. I mean, the only, like, honestly, like, I've come to really understand others, because I had, like I say in my other videos, like, I've hit rock bottom, like, financially, emotionally, like, and there's nothing uglier than hitting rock bottom emotionally. Like, it is by far. And like I said, like, just because somebody de-stresses by going out to party doesn't mean that that's not going to be everybody's. Like I said, somebody could really enjoy just reading a book, putting the kids to bed early and reading a book. Like, whatever it is, make sure that you enjoy it for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I know friends will try, you know, and they don't mean harm. They'll try to talk you into things, whatever you feel comfortable. If you have to learn to say no as a parent, because you have to put yourself and the children first. Like, it's simple as that. So, you know, you're not gonna make it to parties all the time. You're not gonna make it to family events. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but it's just part of things. Like, but you have to put yourself first. You have to make sure that you're okay. Like, there's, like, I mean, there's so many parts to it. I mean, there's the financial part of motherhood. There's the body taking care side of motherhood. There is the how do you raise your child part of motherhood. I mean, the topics go on forever. You know, I just wanted to hit basics as of, like, taking care of yourself, loving your children, being you, staying true to yourself, and those type of, like, details. Like, unless you guys want any more, you guys let me know down below, and I'll always make a video on what you guys ask for. I know that people don't always comment down below, but I do appreciate those that reach out to me, even if it's by a text message or a comment on Instagram or whatever, because it lets me know that you watch my video, and that means a lot. Because believe it or not, I do put some hard work into my video, and I do put love into my video, so it means, like, the world to me. And when you guys ask me like, can you touch this subject or whatever, like it means a lot more, because it's like, oh my god, like somebody cares about what I have to say. So that's so nice. So for now, I'll keep making my little videos, and I hope everybody does enjoy them, that watches them. Hey, what are you putting in my head? He's like, shut up. Stop talking already. Hey, I fed you before I started recording. Hey, we had a deal, okay? What, you gotta hold up your side of the deal. You gotta let them know. I'm just playing. He's just 8 months, so I cut him some slack. So I see you. Like they love, oh my gosh, like I feel like sometimes they think I'm recording them. So it's like my the one that's right under two, like I feel like he wants the attention because he's like, I'm here for it. Zoom in, like he loves it. And then he does this thing where he's like, and I'm like, boy, if you don't stop blinking your eyes like that. He's a mega flirt. Oi, guys, if you guys like my video and if you guys want me to continue, right, Baba? Be like, yes, mommy, I want you to continue. Yes. Please like my video and subscribe. Thank you guys for being here one more week. Love you guys. David, say bye. Say bye. Bye. I'll see you later.